right, we have an update from Regen BioPharma Inc. It trades on the OTC Pink sheets under the symbol RGBP. It's a biotech company focused on developing innovative treatments using autologous cell therapies, RNA, DNA-based immunotherapy, and small molecules in the immune-oncology and autoimmune disease space. Please welcome President, CEO David Koos and Harry Lander, Senior Scientific Consultant. Welcome, gentlemen.
Well, good morning, or afternoon it is, yes. Good to be here. Glad to finally be able to bring you an update. I know we didn't make the last one, so hopefully we can squeeze in a bunch of stuff and then take a few questions. I'm going to start off first with we have this the Series A stock dividend that was just issued out. I know there's some confusion about it, why it was done, all those sorts of things. With the time we have allotted, I'm going to try and get into as much as I can and still have time for questions. So the Series A preferred stock dividend that was just issued out is being held at the transfer agent in book entry form. So they're not planning on issuing any certificates unless you feel like you need one. They are sending out statements, though, so that you know exactly how many shares you have and that they actually exist. Now, that being said, we need current information from everyone on your correct mailing address to make sure that I've already gotten quite a few that have come back that the address is incorrect. So it would help out a lot if you could send me your contact information. You can email it over to me, that's fine. Now, the Series A dividend that was issued out, I know there's a lot of questions as to why it was issued out. Basically, after we went through the reverse stock split that we went through, it left us with too few shares in the Series A that would trade. I think there was something like 190,000 shares in the system with broker-dealers, which is virtually nothing. My goal was to help shareholders obtain a market for their certificates or their securities so that you could see that actually trade and not be stuck with shares that were illiquid. I felt at the time that these shares and the price that they were at would also be a nice bonus for the shareholders and their patience. Unfortunately, after the dividend was issued, we had, I don't know how many people, I'm assuming that from looking at the shareholder list and what's out there, I don't think it was a vast majority of people. I think it was some people that had large positions that immediately just pounded their stock into the market before market developed. And that wasn't really helpful, and it resulted in something that was less exciting than what I had hoped for. That being said, I think it'll be okay. I think we have enough that's taking place that's positive on the company. So a little patience on that, and we'll see it create a market. I think that the shares themselves, at this point, we have just over 10 million shares in the system with broker-dealers. I think that that's enough that it creates liquidity for people, or will create liquidity for people. I think that that being said, it also takes care of the common shareholders, because you know, I think we got quite a bit of pounding on the stock, which I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It wasn't pretty. I didn't like it. The shares that have been sold out there They were not something instrumented by the company or myself. You know, anytime the company should sell shares, it has to, the company or me, we have to file a 10b5-1 plan as to how those shares are sold. That has to sit for 3 months with the broker dealer before it can even be acted upon. So what we have here are some, in my opinion, retail, institutional, maybe even market makers that have sold stock. And I have no way to verify that, but that's just my gut feeling. But from a candidate perspective, that's my belief. Anyway, so that being said, I announced that Heme Accelerate is going to be moving forward as soon as we can select an appropriate contract research organization to conduct the trials for us. We're in the process of vetting contract research organizations. Excuse me. Getting their game plan and their pricing so that we can make the best possible choice available to us. That'll also give us an idea how much money it's going to cost and at what price and at what time points those funds are going to be due. I'm really excited about this because we're in a position where I think with what's going on with chemotherapy, this would be potentially at some level a very effective treatment for the side effects of chemotherapy, which is a huge, huge, huge market. Harry, am I correct in my statements on that?
Yeah, absolutely. The first indication that we're cleared for by the FDA already is for immune refractory aplastic anemia. And I think if we get some good safety and signal data from the phase 1, we can and should expand into, of course, the chemotherapy induced blood disorders.
Okay. And in terms of being able to expand, you expect that we'll get feedback from the CROs for what needs to take place for us to move into that market?
Yeah. The CRO selection process has begun, as you know, David. We're interviewing, I think the total number is 8 or 10 CROs, ranging from small ones to monster ones, which are just, we're kind of interviewing a couple of these giant ones, 5,000, 10,000 employees, just to see what the range is out there. But we'd likely go with a much smaller, focused CRO, and we'll get bids in over the next month or two.
Okay, good. So that being said, I expect that in next month's update, we can take a little more time and do a deeper dive into where things sit, what we're doing, and why. We got about a minute and a half, maybe 3 minutes left. So in that length of time, I would like to address burning questions that people have so that we don't miss those.
Great, thank you. We have a longtime investor saying, please share some insights into your strategy to attract new institutional investors and secure additional funding.
Okay, the strategy there is I've gotten quite a few initial emails from several institutions, and I'm at various points in discussing what they can do, how they can do it, what the benefit is and what the downside is. So I figure I'll probably have a more concrete idea of the direction we want to go about the time we get the numbers back from these contract research organizations as to what it's going to cost us.
And can you talk about insider ownership? How many shares does management own?
I'd have to go look at that and calculate it. I think I personally, the shares that I control and own are in the Series A preferred stock. I have a small piece of some common, but predominantly in preferred stock. Some of it is super voting preferred. I've tried to do that in lieu of taking a large position and being viewed by shareholders as a potential competitor in the future in terms of being able to sell the stock. I purposely have taken preferred stock with the idea that it's going to sit in the account at the transfer agent. Not in any big hurry to sell it. And the number of shares are always reported in our financials. So anybody that's really interested in the numbers, I don't have much to me, but they're all reported in the financials.
All right. Well, we are out of time. Do you have any closing remarks for our viewers today?
I apologize for today being short, but roughly time. Next month, we should have, I believe, 30 minutes to cover a lot more ground. Look forward to getting more in depth.
Perfect. Well,
Thank
we're glad
you,
you're feeling better, and we're happy that you're on the conference for an update. We look forward to your next spot, hopefully next month. We'll see you soon. Thank you both.
All right. Appreciate it very much. Bye-bye.
All right, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back.